Okay, so you can go to this SIS and then take a look at the question paper. So the question paper looks like this. And then the resources can be found in the Google Drive. I suggest you download the Google Drive, the resources from the Google Drive. Okay, so when you download inside your computer already, you will have it here. Okay, so basically let's look at the first question. The first question is a video. So you have to use OpenShot. Okay, so you're supposed to have all these files inside the folder, and you follow this flow. Okay, so it goes from here to here to here, and then it goes to the engine, carriages, and the train movie. Okay, so if you look at this, right, these are all with the inverted commas. If you notice, these are all actually titles. So this is also a title, this is also a title, but these are actually the files. You see, these are actually the files. Okay, so let's follow this flow. Okay, so let's look at we have to create a title first. How long is each frame? You must know first. So frame 1 to 5 is actually 3 seconds, and we need to format the read text to the title to a read text with a white background in the first frame. And also you need a transition in each frame, and then you get to each transition is about 0.5. And then you got to trim the movie to 10 seconds long, and you add the audio only for as a soundtrack for the trim movie. So the trim movie only has music, so it will be overlapping each other. Okay, so let's move on. Let's see how it goes. Okay, so you will first put in all your resources. So you import whatever needs to be imported. So I've already downloaded. Okay, so what are the things we need? We need station, canal, engine, carriages, and train movie. We need canal, carriages, engine, station, and train movie. I think there will be a train music as well. So you can actually select, otherwise you can just import one by one. Okay, so let's start with the first, okay, this one is a title. So a title needs to be created. So this one, create a title. Okay, the title, just now it says that it needs to be red text with white background. So let's find a white background. Obviously there isn't any, so it's okay, don't worry. Let's find the one that has maybe a simple one, the gold one. However, we will change certain things, okay? We will change the background to white. Okay, so we choose the background, white. Does it change to white? Let me see. And then the text, let's change the text color to red. Okay. Okay, so let's change the title to this title, Model Railway Created by Your Name. This Model Railway Created by okay. So now the background also show that it's white. Click screen color, click OK. Okay, so how we can do it again is actually to pick screen color, click on this and click OK. Alright, so it looks like this. If everything looks fine, it is looking the same way, let me just minimize it a bit. Okay, then you click save. Okay, it will create for you in your resource here. So this title, we can put it at the top track. Remember I told you, put all your track for titles and captions at the top track. So for this, remember how you want to change the timing. Right click, properties, and click on end for 5 seconds because it is 5 seconds. Okay, so remember that. Okay, so click 5 seconds. Click enter. So it'll be 5 seconds. Okay, so let's create all our titles first. That will be easier for us. Okay, so titles, let's create because there is a need. Remember I told you that you should put it at the caption at the bottom of it. So the next one will be the station, the canal. Okay, so it's the station. Follow exactly, if it's a capital letter, then it should be capitalized. Okay, station, so correct. Let's see. Okay, position done. Then we will do the next caption will be the canal. Okay, the canal. Next one would be the engine. Next one, the carriages. Okay. Because it didn't specify what color we should use for the titles, we can just use the one that is given, which on the move. Okay, so we don't have to waste time in changing many of it. We can just use whatever that is already. However, we must follow exactly how it is typed. Alright, so then we have all this. How do we know we have all this? It's actually here. See, all the titles are here. The station and the rest. Okay, so now let's put in all the captions. And because frame 1 to 5 has 3 seconds, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The movie is not. So we are going to pull out all our captions. The station, the canal, put it side by side, the engine, and the carriages. The station, the canal, the engine, and the carriages. Each of them are all 5 seconds. Okay, so later we will just arrange again. Okay, so we put side by side so that it will flow nicely later. If you want, you can actually test out to see that they are all about 5 seconds and then you're moving and it will change to this caption. Okay, so now our titles are done. We may put a transition between each frame. So it's either the pictures that you put transition or you might want to put for the captions. I would rather put at the pictures, okay? So let's put the pictures as per station, canal, engine and carriages. I would like to put it at the second or the frame right below it, okay? So I will put for the first part there is no pictures, but at station there will be. So I will put in the station picture. Okay, so this is actually that's the engine. Okay, we'll find the station here. So if you notice, it already starts to overlap and there is already a transition. So I can put it at the side later. So let's try to do this as 5 seconds as well. Okay, so put this aside first. Right after that is the canal. Let's find the canal. Okay, the canal. Just put it side by side and then it will be 5 seconds. Okay. The next one would be the engine, which was this. It is 5 seconds. Last but not least is the train. The carriages. Okay, the carriages will be 5 seconds as well. Okay, so now we have done the first 2 parts. Now we're going to put in the transition. Just now when you overlap, there will be a transition, right? So what you can do is you can actually format the transition to 0.5. So everything goes under properties, and then you look at the word end. It will end at 0.5. It will become as thin as this. If you can't see it, you can actually zoom, okay? So how you can zoom in is actually when you adjust the top. Okay, so this one, you can actually try to move it. Okay, it's easier if you try to move it here like that. The N 0.5. And what I like to do is Once again, I make it bigger, okay? Make it bigger over here. I would like to move it in between the two of them. Okay, so I duplicate, or I can copy it, copy the transition, and then I would like to paste, Control V. Okay, so we have learned how to copy and paste, right? And then we just put it in between. Just one transition is enough. Copy the transition and Control V to paste it. Okay, so just have to put in between all the transitions of the pictures and the title. Copy, transition, and paste. And then in this case, I need to put it right in front here. Okay, so what will happen is, if you notice, there will be a little transition, minor transition. You'll see that little blinking. Okay, yeah, and the engine, and then the blinking carriages. Okay, so now the thing is, right, if your timing is not right, so if you notice mine isn't correct, if you want, you can even go in depth to see whether is it aligned, because when you put certain things, it might not be aligned, and therefore you notice your timing is not the same. So you might want to time it properly and check that every time it is correct and the transition falls nicely in between. Okay. Okay, so you try to put it in either, in between them to make sure that they actually transition across either way. Okay. So the most important part is to make sure that they are all aligned and they are side by side, so that you have aligned text and pictures and images. So you just have to check that. Okay, so they will all end at the same time. See whether there's any gaps. Okay, because all of them are supposed to be the same timing for the pictures. Okay, and the titles. Okay, so now once you have done that, we will just go back and check. We have done this, and this. Now we have the train movie. So now the train movie is actually going to be right after. You can put it together with the images. Okay, so you just put it beside the image, the last image. So we're going to take the train movie and we're going to drag it here. Okay, the train movie is slightly longer. So what we're going to do is we are going to trim the train movie. So in this train movie, it says trim it to only 10 seconds long. So similarly, we are just going to end it in 10 seconds. Okay, end in, let's double check again, 10 seconds. Okay, 10 seconds will be right back. Okay, so this is actually 10 seconds long. And then we will add the train music for the soundtrack as the train movie. Okay, in this case, any music will be a background, which we are going to put in another track. So we are going to put in the train music. Let's see, if it's too small for you, you can actually just... The train music will be here. And because the train music is for the movie is only 10 seconds, we're going to end it in 10 seconds. Right? This is how you get them to all end at the same time. Okay, after that, you're done. So let's play the whole clip again to check that it has been made correctly, like your pictures and your captions and this transition works well. The timing of the canal, and then we have the engine, and then the caption goes perfectly well. Do you see the blinking a little bit? Yep, that's the transition. And then we have the movie. Understand? Okay, so if you are okay with that, between this and this, there is actually a transition. So I've forgotten to put that, never mind. I will just have to copy and paste. Okay, because it is still considered a frame. Okay, and make sure that I also put a 0.5. Okay, it is considered a frame when it's all put in place. Okay, I forgot that this is also one more that's supposed to be here. So copy and paste the transition. Okay, transitions and paste. Okay, TV is this one. Yep, it's there actually. Then it's actually 0.5. So for everything, there must be a transition that follows it. Okay? Okay, so if I'm happy with all this, okay, if I'm happy with all this and it looks good, I am able to then, don't forget to always, apologies, I should have saved the project first. So what should I save the project as? Always save it as this first, MyTV22. Okay, so MyTV22, I'm going to put it somewhere that is, I can retrieve that, MyTV22 underscore my name. Okay, so follow what it needs to be followed. And then, okay, assuming that there's an output folder, you can save it here. But when you save regularly. If finally, it has to be exported in MP4 format. So it'll be MyTV22 again. So I'll be export the project. Click on export video. Very important. It should come out this MyTV22 with your name and location. In this case, choose a low and it's MP4. Okay, so choose low MP4. It will not export too big a file, so you export slightly smaller, but it is still viewable. Okay, at the end of it, make sure you always check your video before you submit, because it's your video that you're submitting. Okay, so you will see that once it's ended, click done, go back to your output folder. In this case, I have an output folder, right? And I have a video here. Okay, so what you can do is this video, it can be opened. It can be opened with whatever file that application that can be opened, and you check. Okay, that it is correct. Okay, so when you get to see your whole video, you might want to scan through and make sure that everything is correct. Okay, that's it.